My name is O.J. Bryant. In school, I represented Walker Springs, Alabama, where I currently reside.
Shanika James Toole. In high school, I lived in Choctaw Bluff, Alabama, and now I'm currently living in Choctaw Bluff, Alabama.
Jerry Donald, Jr. I am a Jackson Aggie, 1993. I lived in Jackson. I was Hilltop. I'm currently living in Baton Rouge. I moved from Miami to Baton Rouge. Been living there for the last 9 years. I may be in Oregon in October. I may be in Alabama. Destiny only knows.
I'm trying to entertain y'all with that camera. Stay on that camera. Put that camera on me. That need to move when I move. Yeah. First of all, Blunt was supposed to be coming to Jackson that year. And I don't know what.
Celeste Taylor Jackson. In high school, I lived on Thomas Lane in Jackson, Alabama, and I've been blessed enough to be able to move back to Thomas Lane in Jackson, Alabama.
Arnell Hamilton. In high school, I lived in the northern part of Jackson, representing Toddtown. I currently live in Mobile, Alabama.
James Jackson. I graduated from Jackson High School, class of '93. I went from Jackson, Alabama, went around the world with the Marine Corps and back in Jackson, Alabama, where I reside now.
Hey, I'm Ian Burrs. What's up, class of '93? I happen to see they were in my hometown of Spanish Fort. I grew up in Jackson, as you know, over by Legion Field in that neighborhood.
My name is Janika Bryant. I live on Miller Street in Jackson, Alabama.
Clayton Everett Davis, Jr. When I was class of 1993, when I was in school, I resided in Walker Springs, Alabama, and now I reside in Silas, Alabama.
I'm King David Jackson III, the last one. I got 5 sons. I ain't named one after me. It died with me. Yeah, I'm from the Bend, Jackson, Alabama. It's the school I went to. Class 93. Know that class. There was some hitters in that class.
My favorite teacher, I would say, was Matthew Jones, which is better known as Coach.
Miss McFarland.
Miss Harper. Miss Joanne Haygood.
Man, it's been so long since we've been in school, I can barely remember the teachers, but I think I would say Mr. Chansey.
My favorite teacher would probably have to be my first teacher, and that was Miss Andrews. Simply because she got the fact that we were smart and she pushed us to do better. And, excuse my language, but Miss Andrews was fine too. Very fine.
My favorite teacher, Matthew Jones. Besides him, favorite coach, Ken Harbaugh. Love him to death. Coach McCant too. That's why I'm the man I am today.
Miss Mitchell. I would say because one thing about it, she just wasn't a teacher. She was like a mother to all of us. And one thing about it, she didn't see you in the office. If something you got in trouble at school, she tried to talk with you, listen to you, or if she still couldn't get you to do right, she called your parents. And she was just a great person. And also with her having her son being a part of our class in 1993, Derek Mitchell, that we truly miss.
What's the skills right here? See what I'm saying? Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me.
My favorite subject in school was math. I think back to one of my favorite math teachers was Coach Higg. And 7th grade, he gave me a love for math, and I've been enjoying working with numbers ever since.
My favorite subject was English.
Reading, English, just learned a lot in that, knowing how to pronounce words, knowing how to speak, and knowing syllables, nouns, and everything that was associated with English. And it helped me as I began to mature and grow in high school.
I would say my favorite subject was PE. Nah, let me start tripping. My favorite subject in school was English.
I would say my favorite subject was math. I've always loved numbers.
I love basketball. With everything inside me. But my favorite subject in school, it was sixth period. When we get ready to strap them lids on, them pads, them lids, because if you around in school and talk in the hallways or whatever, when we get on that field, you finna get that work.
Ooh, that's gonna hit it.
I think my favorite lunch day was Friday because I think that's when they did the little square pizzas, and that was the best pizza you could eat.
On that menu, man, I used to love when they cook pizza. There's something about Jackson High School pizza was to die for.
My favorite lunch food was the peanut butter and jelly. And that's what I love, the peanut butter.
Boy, I used to love pizza day. I used to love pizza day, and what I used to do, I used to get with the girls I knew who didn't like to eat. I used to talk to them early in the day when I saw what the lunch menu was, so I could get their extra food, so I can have extra food.
I can't say that I have any. None of them were my favorite. I can barely even remember. I give my whole tray away.
Probably the pizza. Pizza with a little salad. That's my favorite lunch food.
I'd have to go with that little pizza that they had, because you get the pizza, you'd have corn, and you'd have peanut butter cookies. Of course, we always had the hamburgers or the chicken sandwiches, but pizza, couldn't beat it with the peanut butter cookies. The best. However, I never liked milk in school, so when we got to the 8th grade and we had the ability to get sweet tea or something else, I thought we were the greatest.
When I was in high school, I had this strong desire to be a policeman.
Let me interrupt this interview. Jaleesa, tell them who your hero is.
Kobe Bryant.
I had no idea when I was in high school what I wanted to be. You know, I played basketball and I was a pretty good, decent player. So of course, I thought I was gonna make it to the NBA, but that wasn't in God's plans.
I wanted to be an air traffic controller, maybe join the Air Force. I didn't join the Air Force. I went into the Marines at 17. After serving the Marines, I went to school, became an environmental scientist. So I worked as an environmental scientist in Miami for about 5 to 8 years. And then I went into the stevedoring business, where I am now currently today. We load and unload ships, lucrative. Anybody need a job? Holla at me.
I thought that I wanted to be a RN or a registered nurse. I decided after a year at UAB that was not what I wanted to do. And I chose the field of education, and I've been an elementary education teacher ever since. And this year, I am actually blessed to be a math coach for the first year at Jackson Intermediate School.
I wanted to go to the military, but that didn't happen. Currently, I'm employed with the City of Jackson. I'm a magistrate at Jackson Municipal Court.
The next thing I wanted to do was what I'm doing now. I've always had an interest in video work. You know, Ted and I made a video back in high school, and it was very, very popular. And after we did that video, I figured out that's what I wanted to do. But I still had no idea I was going to work in the news business until my classmate, Delisa Dean, she signed my yearbook. And it was something to the effect of reporting something, Delisa Dean.
Years ago, I would say maybe 18 years ago, the Lord called me into ministry. Something I never had a desire for, never wanted to do. But you know what? I won't take nothing from my journey now. So I thank God for where I'm at, and I give him all the honor, all the praise, and hey, steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord.
I always wanted to just be successful. I want to be successful. And I succeeded with that But I got big goals. I study set goals at life. But that started in the Aggie locker room. Take the fight to them. Started in the Aggie locker room.
I don't have any regrets about our lives.
I don't have any regret because life is what it is. You just have to accept life as it is and just roll with it.
I have no regrets.
No regrets at all. If I had to change anything, I would take the more important initiative to study more than to have to catch up later.
I regret gaining all this weight because y'all know in high school I was so skinny. I weighed about 170, 175, something like that. Now I'm a big, healthy 260.
Any regrets from high school? I wish I knew what I knew then, what I know now. And I wish I hadn't put on a few extra pounds after high school. Now that I regret, I'll change that.
At this age, I do not have any regrets. I married at a young age, the tender age of 19. I've been blessed to be married to my husband for 28 years, and right now I do not have any regrets of the decisions that I made in life.
I can't think of anything that I would go back and change. All of my experiences were fun, good experiences, so I have no regrets.
The only regret I have that I wish I had followed my first passion to go to the military.
I regret not meeting my wife sooner. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Love you, baby.
And the reason why I don't have any regrets about our lives is because we truly built each other, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. From Arnell to King David, to Ted to Jimmy, to Rodney to Tank, to Lee Ndinga to Julie Jones. We all built each other. We all held ourselves to a standard. Would I change anything? No, because the demographics of where we are and where we were at that time, no cell phones, hid away from society, racism and everything else, we swallowed all that, and despite that, became productive, great American citizens. You get this thinking she quiet or whatever, I'm telling you, everybody in America.
You're just a sore loser.
This first lady is a cheater.
You're a sore loser.
The truth has been spoken.
Sore loser. Sore loser.
My future plans, President of the United States of America. Vote for James Jackson, James L. Jackson.
Jackson High School. Man, I could tee up on this shit. I wouldn't want to play for nobody else. But Jackson, I love that purple and gold. I bleed purple and gold right now to this day.
So, the last thing I have to say is, it's been a pleasure seeing everybody. But the most important thing is to stop what we've done to get back to who we are. 2 reunions don't work. Let go of what you had in the past to move further in the future. Step outside of yourself for a greater cause. It's bigger than me, it's bigger than you. But together, we're the best. Please, I'm begging everybody, make your way home to this. And I'm challenging everybody and challenging everybody to challenge. Find Emily Etheridge, find Bandy Bass, find Arvella Victoria, everybody. They need to be here too. Not just Gay Atchison, not just Jason Terrell, everybody, John P. Ryan, everybody. We look for you and we expect you at our next event, which is going to be one event hosted and done by Dr. Dean. I love you all. Move outside of yourself and see the better for the good. I love you. Be blessed.
For the cause, I'm the soldier on the tank with the big balls. And if anybody messes with Snoop Doggy Dogg, I'ma make his people put his name on the wall. And everywhere I go, I got Mr. Magic there. Because I know that boy don't care. He'll have that red stuff pouring out your hair. Clear any given time, clear anywhere. Make them bleed is the motto that I live by. If you mess with me, it's a must. You die. Them haters might run, but them haters can't hide. It's like shooting yourself. It's a suicide exhale. Gotta be hitting hard like dirt boys. And to know you, know I'm as big hurt. Just like Soldier Slim, he'll put you in the dirt and have your picture on front of a t-shirt. And when I make moves, I got 100 soldiers with me. Just in case the haters out there trying to get me. All my players is down to squeeze the trigger. That's why I'm down for my no limit killer. Touch the